welcome to a special video episode of my Big Fat Pull List. This will be a little bit different than most episodes, as you will soon discover, even just aside from the fact that it's video. I, as you probably know, am Dr. Impact, and you can see we've got the big staff here today. Everybody introduce yourselves.
The big staff?
The big staff. That's what I'm calling us, the big staff.
I mean,
that was my
literally
nickname back in high school.
Was it really?
No. Jesus.
That's what I...
Hi there, folks.
Wow.
Mr. X here in the X Cave.
That's very
New
dark.
X Cave.
Yes, new X Cave.
Tight. Pistol Danger, also known as the Bang Man.
I'm Smurfy.
And special guest coming at you all the way live from a dragon's dungeon. Dragon is proud.
Looks
Oh,
a little
yeah?
hot there.
Yeah, it does look hot there.
Just me.
Oh, is that right? Well, we're bringing you a special episode today. We did one of these when all of the shelter-in-place and stay-at-home orders were first getting announced during the pandemic of 2020, where we got together and we chose our rosters for an Avengers lineup. Specifically, only picking Marvel heroes who had never been members
DC heroes?
of the Avengers. No, the Avengers.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
We're talking
Sorry,
about
yeah,
the first video,
the first-
Smurfy.
God, my bad. Sorry. That's what you get for paying attention, right? Sorry, I got
That's right.
distracted. There was
Well,
a red
but-
When
ball.
it's your turn, we'll point
Ah,
to
good.
you.
No one needs to. I think he's talking to you.
And see, here's the other fun thing. Now everybody can see what happens behind the scenes between the fight.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
We
We're
want to
pulling-
preface that by we apologize for all
pulling back the curtain a little bit here. Well, we're doing it again, guys. We're doing, this time it's pick a Justice League team. But, the Justice League, there are so many different versions of the Justice League. There's so many different iterations and incarnations. And sometimes it feels like damn near every single DC Comics character ever has been a member of the Justice League at one point or another.
It
So,
absolutely feels like that. Yes, after that
Mhm.
list I read.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we set some rules. So basically, we're looking at only the primary team. If someone was a member of Justice League Antarctica, doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Well, damn it, that's mine. That's my pick.
Oh, really? Is that what you were pulling?
Pitch Justice League Antarctica.
Well, you can go out and buy it. I think there were 2 issues of it, something like that.
Oh, you're serious?
Oh, I'm serious.
that's-
There is an
yeah,
actual
Jesus.
Justice League Antarctica. That's a real
Well,
thing.
why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
The Penguins and Steels.
It was trying to capitalize off of the whole Justice League International thing in the 80s. Similarly, there was Extreme Justice, which was an offshoot of the Justice League.
Of course.
I think it was Captain Atom and Booster Gold, I think maybe started their own offshoot or something like that. So we're not counting any of those. The only offshoot team that we are counting as a legit incarnation of the Justice League is Justice League International and Justice League Europe, because those were kind of one connected team in the 80s and early 90s. And so we kind of feel like that's, if you were on the Europe team and the international team, that was all kind of one team.
Right.
So we are counting that. The other stipulation for this is that we are not counting the most recent DC Rebirth Justice League of America, the pseudo Black Ops Batman team that had Lopo and Vixen and those characters, mainly because it wasn't really part of the Justice League. I mean, yes, it was called Justice League of America, but the primary team doesn't have any kind of an adjective. They're just the Justice League. So that doesn't count either. So based on those rules, the team that we have to compile, each of us, is a team limited to 7 members, and only one of those members can be a returning previous Justice League member. Now, they don't all have to be, and we certainly did things like that with the Avengers teams. We all had various different things. But this time, you can only have one previous member be on the Justice League. Everybody else has to be brand new. We're also doing something a little different where we are coming up with the name of the team. And so, unlike
We're essentially pitching.
we're essentially pitching, yes, a new book. That's a great way to put it. Yeah. Pitching the story, why this team comes together, and what it would be called. Justice League.
It's blank.
That's
Mhm.
right. So, so there you have it, guys. Those are the rules. So without further ado, let's jump right in and get started.
Imagine, if you will, a world. Batman's gone. Superman, nowhere to be found. Wonder Woman, also missing. Basically, the main Justice League is just missing.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? Who do you call? And that's where the Justice League Last Resort Initiative kicks in. In the absence, Batman has created a list of people to contact just in case anything could go wrong. And because of that, all the names on the list are contacted, and unless someone doesn't answer, they move to the next one. So if the first person answers, that person is filled, moves to the next. That person doesn't answer, skips them, keeps going. So with my Justice League, I took 7 people, and I took loosely who they'd be kind of related to as opposed to the original 7. So, oh man, it was hard because, quite frankly, I said off camera that my big 3 were going to be Barda, Miracle Man, and Orion. And
Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle, yes.
Yeah.
Nope, too bad. Suck it. So that's when Justice League Last Resort happened. They had a couple of different names, but I liked Last Resort because I like to think of these are the last people that would come together as a just-in-case scenario.
Just in case league.
I was
Mhm.
just going to say that.
And right out the gate, like I'll tell you who they are and who they correlate to. Hawkgirl, I mostly know through Justice League Animated. So her big thing was she had a mace, and obviously the Hawk and could fly, but her mace had like a magic metal. Nuthu?
Nth metal.
Nth metal, right? So because of that, I picked somebody from the Mystics, and that's actually going to be an ongoing theme. And I picked Raven to replace Hawkgirl, bird for bird, essentially. For my Wonder Woman, I picked Supergirl because Supergirl actually hasn't been a part of a main Justice League. She's been a part of offshoots, but we're not counting those, so she fits right in. For my Lantern, I picked Dexstar, the adorable cat Red Lantern, because I'm a cat dad. I love it. I don't care.
And even
Fucking
though
fight me.
part of Justice League Odyssey currently, it's an offshoot, doesn't count. So it works.
Didn't even know that. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a really fun and bizarre book, and yeah, Dexstar has been a member of the Odyssey team.
Okay. Filling in my Superman role is going to be Solomon Grundy. I thought about coming up with like who he was in the past life, because that's the deal of Solomon Grundy, but I just decided against it because that's too much work, and I didn't care to do that much work. I mean, I'm honest at the very worst. At the very best. So let's see that. So I'm going to give you my team leader right now, and he's my technical returning leaguer, and it's the Flash, but it's not Flash from there. It's Gustin Grant's TV Flash. He will be my returning kind of team leader. Flash from universe, who cares? And then my last 2 are, I think they should be pretty easy, but actually the Martian Manhunter comparison was hard until I thought of this guy, and that guy is John Constantine. And while he might not be from Mars, the thing about Martian Manhunter is you never know how he's going to come at you. Will he use his super strength, his speed, his invulnerability? You don't know. And that's exactly what I feel John Constantine brings. Unpredictability.
Yeah.
He can't,
No, I'm sorry.
Maybe he's got a spell that lets him go intangible or weighs 1 million pounds, but like
I'm just thinking of Martian Manhunter and which way he's going to come at you. Is he going to come at you from behind? Put his hand on your shoulders lovingly?
yeah,
Is it going to be rough?
He's going to come at you like a spider monkey. Can't stop that.
yeah. You never know. Maybe he does. He can,
I'm
he
sorry.
He can
Doesn't
shape
matter.
change too.
He'll mind control you and make you do what he wants anyway.
So you just never know how the Martian Manhunter is going to come at you. So Constantine would kind of fit the bill to me in a magic sense. And then my last guy, my Batman analogy, is of course the Question. Because who better to solve how the Justice League and why the Justice League disappeared than the man that goes through everyone's trash? Don't be ridiculous. He goes through everyone's trash. And that is my Justice League Last Resort. It lasts, 12 issues, and then they don't find him, and then they're just the Justice League now.
So they just become the Justice League then. Okay.
Yeah, I just made that ending up on the fly.
Wow.
By default.
yeah.
Justice League default.
Right? I actually did, because I went kind of more of a magic with a couple of the people, I put Solomon Grundy in, but my alternate was going to be Bizarro Superman, because I thought that would be interesting with him trying to figure out why and help, because Bizarro Superman, not always bad.
No, it depends on which
Superman.
Bizarro.
Yeah.
Some of the Bizarro, I mean, the most recent one, has been running around with Red Hood and Artemis. So,
There you go. So there it is. Justice League, Last Resort, 12 issues, and sure, yeah, they find the Justice League. Who cares? They're nerds anyway.
All right.
My
Justice
team's too cool to stay together.
Justice League Last Resort. All right.
I think I'll pass on that one.
I
Reading
don't
too
think
much already.
I don't think you would, actually.
It'll show up in the quarter bin soon.
Yep. My team name is Justice League X, and you'll find out why. In a world where heroes have disappeared, or all but disappeared, you focus in on Kyle Rayner, team leader, as the White Lantern flying through space, right? Is on his way to Oa. Gets to Oa, all Green Lanterns are gone except for Kilowog. So he gathers Kilowog, and he's like, hey, we need to figure out what's going on. Let's head back to Earth. They head back to Earth, but they realize that not only superheroes, but most supervillains have also disappeared. So now they're in a hunt for it. They're into Dr. Manhattan, who they recruit, along with Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, Red Hood Jason Todd, Constantine. And that is my team of guys to go around. The reason I picked them, kind of more hardcore, more cutthroat. I figured it can be a little bit darker. And it kind of reminded me of Task Force X, which is where, with Pistol Up, I came up with the name. So, yeah. I didn't know if Dr. Manhattan was like a cheat or if that broke the rules. I know he's never been in Justice League, but he's in the universe now, right? So.
Yeah, technically it's a part of it, and when you're talking about DC, especially when the multiverse is involved, if the multiverse world that you're referring to is currently active and not been destroyed this week, then
well, see, with Dr. Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan doesn't matter. And I figured Kyle Rayner as the White Lantern of like life could probably get Dr. Manhattan to feel maybe a little bit of sympathy, at least enough to help them out. So that was
that's kind of interesting too. It would be nice to see Kyle kind of come into his own, into a leadership position like that.
Right.
Well, it'd be nice to see Kyle.
Yeah. Well, and I thought it'd be interesting to see like the conversation between like, if you have Kyle and Kilowog trying to talk to Dr. Manhattan like on the moon, hey man, all heroes from Earth are gone, we need your help. That would be a very interesting read to see how he would be able to try to persuade him to do it.
The only problem with your pitch is that I've already figured out the ending of your 6-issue miniseries, and Manhattan is the one who did it all.
Maybe not. Maybe it was a Dr. Manhattan's clone. You don't know. Maybe there's two of them.
I don't understand why Dr. Manhattan needs a team at all, quite frankly.
Yeah, no, he's the heavy hitter, right? He's the guy they call upon when they're.
He is the Justice League.
I would say, couldn't he just like duplicate himself 6 times and be the 7 members of the Justice League on his own?
Right?
I had a feeling you guys would have a problem with that. I had another.
No, not a problem. It's it works.
Like, if you guys don't like that, then I was gonna go with Mogo. Just have a whole Green Lantern planet hang out with him. So yep.
I considered Mogo too as the base for the team.
Yeah. I was to say the headquarters. Yeah.
Well, just give them all lantern rings and just call it Justice League Green.
I thought about that too, but I don't think Deadshot could get a Green Lantern. He'd probably have like a red.
Yeah, just call him Justice League Rainbow.
Lanterns? Justice League Lantern.
Or Justice Corps.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually, yeah, that's pretty good.
My team is called Justice League Apocalypse.
Ooh.
And the story
Hoping
that
for Antarctica.
So, what'd you say?
Hoping for Antarctica.
I'm telling you, you can find them. You can find them in a quarter bin. They're out there. It's already been done. No, Justice League Apocalypse. So my idea, and it's again kind of a running theme of the Justice League being wiped out in a sense, or not being around. My thought was that Darkseid and the denizens of Apocalypse come in and attack Earth and kind of lay waste to everything. And it becomes this post-apocalyptic wasteland. Almost borderline Age of Apocalypse-esque in tone and feel and design.
You really need to watch Justice League Dark Apocalypse War then.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Is this it? Is this basically it?
Hey, I'm watching that tonight with the wife. Shut up.
Okay.
You had time to watch it. You failed. You
I
failed.
need to, I
One
need
day.
to get caught up on my DC animated films anyway. But so my team was if the team is all wiped out, completely done, the only one that's left is Mr. Miracle. And Mr. Miracle, having his connection to Darkseid and Apocalypse and New Genesis, gathers the last remaining major heroes around to take on Darkseid and try to bring him down. Like Pistol, I also kind of tried to find sort of allegories to classic characters. For Martian Manhunter, I kind of saw Mr. Terrific.
Was that how he's coming at you?
He's coming at you with his T-spheres
Okay.
filled with Oreo cookies.
Ooh.
I'm
in.
No, Mr. Terrific. I mean, he's one of the smartest men in the universe. He's never been a leaguer, and I think he'd be a great tactician for the team. Someone else for the Batman, even though he's probably the least like Batman out of the Bat family, is Drake. Formerly Robin, Tim Drake, now known as Drake with Young Justice. The Wonder Woman, the powerhouse, the mythical hard heavy hitter, Black Adam. I think that would be very interesting to see in a post-apocalyptic DC universe. I would love to see Black Adam trying to work with this team.
Nothing else you can cut loose.
And he can cut loose more, which would be very interesting. In the Flash role, now I'm not picking it because of a speedster or anything like that. I'm looking at the Flash role as being the light and the fun and the innocence of the team. And so for that, I've picked a character that people probably aren't very familiar with, known as Sideways. Sideways is a newer character who came about after the whole Dark Knight's metal storyline. And his ability is basically opening these portals or these windows that he can jump through into other dimensions and other places. And he's a teenager. He has definitely become DC's closest answer to Spider-Man that they have, and he's a very fun character. And even though it's blatant by his design and his attitude that he is a straight up ripoff of Peter Parker in that sense, it doesn't matter. I still love it, and I love the character. And I'm sorry the book got canceled, and I'm so excited that he's in Young Justice now. So I would pick Sideways as my Flash. My Superman, my, let's say, person of steel in this case, would be Natasha Irons, her version of Steel, John Henry Irons' daughter, who took up the mantle of Steel after John Henry Irons was badly wounded at some point. I forget during what event. But she took up the mantle and wore the S and the silver suit and the hammer. And then my Green Lantern, because you got to have somebody that has some sort of a lantern ability. I have always, always, always liked Saronic. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that name right. But Saronic is now a Sinestro. and has been for a little while now. And she is now officially a member, or not a member, I'm sorry, she is now officially in charge of the Sinestro Corps in the current books.
You're talking about his daughter.
Yes. Yeah, it's his daughter. Yes. Yeah. And she fully goes by the name Soronic Sinestro now.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, as of the last battle that the Yellow Lanterns had with the Green Lanterns before the Grant Morrison reboot started. And I've always liked the character, and I think that would be very interesting, and she's very altruistic, but at the same time, kind of a loose cannon. So that's my Justice League Apocalypse for you.
All right, so I've kind of gone into more, how should you say, intellectual direction. Not.
Are you saying that we're not?
No comment.
I mean, I went more of a magic direction. So
let me rephrase that. An intellectualist direction.
Okay.
So the storyline is this: Mongol has returned to exact revenge on the Justice League. Now, Mongol's not exactly known for his brains, whereas he's not an idiot. He's also not super intelligent, so he enlists the help of Despero as well. Together, the two of them take the Phantom Zone projector and capture every Leaguer who has ever been a Leaguer and makes them fight in Mongol's new War Phantom Zone instead of War World. Now, they thought they got every Leaguer, but there was one they missed, and that was the Atom, Ray Palmer, who was off on an adventure in the Microverse. He returns, he finds out that the entire League's been taken and that, Mongol and Despero are running amok on Earth, so he assembles a group of like-minded individuals to himself, and he calls them Justice League Science.
Okay. Justice League nerds, got it.
For the League members...
Leave it to Pistol.
Yep.
No, I'm ignoring them going on. Obviously, the returning member is the Atom, who is a physicist, and he is the original member who gathers the other six.
And you said it was Ray Palmer, correct? Sorry.
Correct.
Okay.
The first one he gathers, he goes for the best person he can think of for a team lead who can control these groups. And who better to do that than someone who's led both the JSA and Checkmate, and who's also an engineer. He enlists Alan Scott Green Lantern, who has never been a Leaguer. After that, he figures he's going to need someone who can pack a punch, who can hold their own, but is also someone who's also going to be able to help the team medically if they have needs. So he enlists Tanya Spears, who is a medical science, and she is the current new Power Girl. Following that, he goes for the obvious choice, Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific is considered a polymath. The man holds 12, 13 doctorates. He's Batman, but not Batman.
I'm telling you guys, sorry to interrupt, Prime, but if you guys aren't reading the Terrifics, or if any of our listeners out there are not reading the Terrifics, it's a great... It's terrific. It really is. Yeah, it's DC's answer to the Fantastic Four, blatantly. But Mr. Terrific is a great Mr. Fantastic. And I love that character. But anyway, sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. After that, he recruits Adam Strange. Mainly because Adam Strange has a very in-depth knowledge of space and alien races, as well as his archaeological background could help with checking out terrain and searching for clues and such like that.
And what a cool character, too.
Right, that too. Unless he's a war criminal, then we're not talking about it. And then there's one person who is pleading to be taken seriously and no longer wants to be a villain. She wants to fight for the side of good. Poison Ivy. And he takes the botanist under his wing and he says, I'm going to help you turn over a new leaf.
Ah!
So they've got 6 members. They need a 7th. And that's when they pull an old playbook from Back to the Future 3. They send a letter to be delivered on a specific date in the future. And they get their speedster from Jonathan Fox, the Flash, who is a historian and a tachyon physicist.
You did some research.
I did some research. Scientifically. My alternate, had none of them really worked out, would have been Tom Strong, since he's recently been introduced to the DC.
Yeah, he is technically part of it now through the Terrifics, yeah.
But that is my team. Adam, Green Lantern, Power Girl, Mr. Terrific, Adam Strange, Poison Ivy, and The Flash.
Well, I will have to say this. There are a handful of overlaps from all of our picks on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to happen when every hero in DC has been a member except for 10. I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think if we did this again, we should take the list that you gave us and then assemble 7.
Pick your all-star Justice League team.
Yeah, certainly could. But for now,
Right.
Yeah,
maybe that'll be a future video. But right now, I want to pitch to you Justice League PD.
Ooh.
Oh, I know exactly who's on your team, and he almost made mine. He almost did.
So in my scenario, this 6-issue miniseries, the Justice League and the heroes, they haven't disappeared. They're very busy. I mean, if you've seen all of the comic books that are out there, not only do they have teamwork, but they have their own solo missions. So all of the main Justice Leaguers are a little bit too busy to deal with something that seems minute. A handful of characters start noticing that certain missing people they have a connection to. And even further, the connection that they have to these people also connect them to the other heroes. And this strange tapestry of a mystery starts spinning around when Guy Gardner, Red Hood, and Mr. Terrific all start realizing that they have some sort of connection with people from their past that they've saved that are now missing, and that those people have cross connections with each other to where everything is connected. So this starts a deep mystery. Now, to further the mystery, though, they need a little help. So they not only do they get the question, Renee Montoya the question.
Mine is Vic Sage, so there you go.
But they also end up getting Clayface. Basil Karloff Clayface, who most recently was a part of the Batman team on Detective Comics.
What a great run that was, too. Boy, that was really cool.
Now, of course, you know, Clayface is your espionage, your sneaking in type character, but also your muscle, because he can get very big and he can be very dangerous. The problem is that they still can't figure out the mystery. So Red Hood, good old Jason Todd, goes out and finds the one person that he believes can help them figure things out by gunpoint. And that's Edward Nygma, the Riddler.
He's your last member?
Yes, that's all 7. So the story is basically these 7 have a connect. Well, these 6 have a connection, and they need to find out A, why these people are missing, and B, why they're all connected. And it's a nice little mystery with some, you know, face punching and kneecap breaking and
Twists and turns.
Yeah, and of course, you know, you've got in Green Lantern and Guy Gardner, you've got the Irish-born son of a cop. So you got Mr. Terrific, he's your tech guy. You have enough of these brains to figure out these the wheres and the hows and the whys and the what fors.
So is Guy the official leader, or is Guy the leader in his brain only?
Yes.
Okay.
So so there's one person who did almost replace the question, just because of my love of him alone, and I thought he was going to be on your team, number 7. But unfortunately, it appears, gentlemen, that Slam Bradley did not make any of our team,
Oh man.
and that is disappointing.
Well,
quite
let's
frankly.
say here and now that
He's too old.
let's say Slam Bradley is the snapper car for all of our teams.
Can any of our teams really withstand that much power on them, though?
I mean, so. Can I tell you guys something? I think all of our pitches were honestly really good. I would pick these books up. I like them.
I would read all 5 of these. I think they're all very
I'd
interesting.
pick up the first issue.
At least.
I get the first 3. You got to give it a minute to gel.
Maybe
But I
get variant cover. I haven't decided yet.
But
Yeah.
I think the real question that we want to ask, aside from the fact why is Dragonus Prime's
got
cat,
a cat butt in this
and it
video?
keeps appearing and disappearing, aside from that, is what about you, the viewers, the listeners, or as Pistol calls you, the listers?
That was
Smurfy, but
that
I'll
was this
take
guy.
it.
Oh, that was
Too
you.
late.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
this guy.
My bad.
It's on
okay.
video, Smurfy. I now have full
Nope.
credit for
No,
that.
no,
No,
I
we have it
take
on
it back.
audio
I'll take
that
it
it was
back.
me. Yeah, that's right.
No, it's unfortunate.
We want to know what your teams are. By all means, head on over to any one of the Big Fat Pull List social media accounts on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know the drill, or on the Archlight Entertainment YouTube channel, where most of our videos that we put up show up on. Share pictures with us of the team. Give us a rundown of the team. Give us your pitch. Shoot a video of you pitching your idea of your Justice League team. Follow our rules and share it. That's it. That's our second choose your team with the pool list gang. So until next time, I'm Dr. Impact.
The Bang Man.
Oh, my bad. I'm Smurfy. I'm used to going second. Sorry.
All right.
Dragonus Prime.
Mr. X.
At this point, fuck it. Right?
Sit in post.
Fade to black and insert the music.
Oh, God.
Insert the tone.
All right, guys.
Thanks for dropping the one F-bomb in the whole video.
No, I cussed earlier. I said F earlier.
When?
I don't know.
We just lost Pistol?
Yeah, he had to go get his food, he said.
Yeah, he had to go get his food because he can't wait another 15 minutes before we're done. Okay.
I'm waiting. My food's here. I ain't say a word.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I haven't eaten dinner yet. Let's go.
Waiting
Keep
patiently.
it going.
And our A weeks and B weeks. So,
Jay,
yeah,
you messed.
just like school.
See, that's what keeps happening to mine.
It's your
What, you-
screen. It's your background.
See a cowboy.
He's a space cowboy.
Space.
Well,
Oh
it's
my gosh! It's the blue on your
Shirt.
background is
Yeah.
matching on your shirt.
Yeah.
You blue screen yourself, buddy. Instead of green screening it, you blue screen
Oh, I
it.
love that it does
see-
it to your eyes too. That's nice.
Yep.
But see, yeah, well, yeah, that
You have
makes
no head.
that makes sense. But like,
Are you afraid of the dark?
You should be.
you will be.
You will be.
La 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 la. Ra 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 ra. La 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 la.
Are you okay over there?
I'm just checking my sound.
I should have powdered. Ooh, shiny.
At
I've
the
never
same-
understood why Dr. Impact wears a hat. But then we have to remember he's not a real doctor.
He's
Right.
not a real doctor, and
He's
he
a
wears
medicine
the
woman.
hat because when I drew the picture, for some reason I wanted to draw a cowboy hat, and then it just kind of stuck. I was just like, all right,
For some reason.
so I
would've
just
guessed?
left it.